Because every athlete deserves to be treated like a pro. Henry Ford Sports Medicine.
Talking about finances can be confusing, difficult, scary, murky even. But it doesn't have to be with Money Mentor by Michigan First Credit Union on your side. More than 90 years ago, Michigan First was founded on the principle of putting education first. Today, Money Mentor continues that tradition because affording the lifestyle you want isn't always easy. Check us out at MichiganFirstMoneyMentor.com or follow us on social media for tips, tricks, blogs, and videos today.
Hello, everybody, and we welcome you back to our second half of our basketball doubleheader here at Don Riddler Fieldhouse on the campus of Lourdes University. It is the Lourdes Red Wolves taking on the Lourdes Blue Devils, and of course, earlier tonight we saw the women being an offensive explosion, especially for the Blue Devils side. They have gotten the win 68-64, and now it's turned over to the men's side of things. First off, we got the Lourdes, who are 20-6 overall, 14-4 in the conference, and we got the Lourdes Blue Devils at 13-13 overall, 9-9 in the conference. First off, we begin with Lourdes. Lourdes is coming off of a 78-68 win for their 20th win of the season against Northwestern Ohio. Cliff Snow poured out with 23 points and grabbed 10 rebounds, while Joey Holyfield added 23 points as well. Meanwhile, for the Blue Devils, they fall short to Rochester with a 78-68 loss, and it's Alejandro Gonzalez leading the way with 20 points. He's followed by Gustafson with 16 points, and Blake Lund with 13 points. The Blue Devils are hoping to maintain their spot into the WAC postseason. So we are getting ready to go for tip-off, and John Snow, I gotta say, it's crunch time for the men. It's just that the first half has been very impressive for them, but the second half, they need to get the job done as well.
No, definitely. This has always been a first-half team, but definitely losing 3 straight coming into this contest. And speaking with Josh Pickens earlier, he just said the main focus, we just got to play consistent. As long as we play consistent, do the little things right, we'll be okay regardless of the result.
So here we go, tip-off underway here for the second half of our doubleheader at Don Riddler Fieldhouse. Here is Joey Holyfield, gives it over to Cliff Snow. Joey Holyfield going for 3, and it's 2 up strong. Here comes Blake Lund racing down the court here for Lawrence Tech. Gives over to Alejandro Gonzalez. 3-pointer just missed. Here comes Little Anderson. And now 3-point shot attempt from Jackie Harris, and he connects. What a start here for Lourdes.
Harris is their go-to guy. He leads the entire conference with 82. That's number 83 on the 3-point range.
So here comes Blake Lund on the far side of the court. Gonzalez 3-pointer goes up short. Now be picked up by Cliff Snow. Of course, Cliff Snow leading away with 276 71 points on the season. Holyfield driving it to the lane, and he connects in an early timeout on Lawrence Tech.
Yeah, Josh Pickens very quick to call this timeout early on in the contest because obviously the defensive approach is not working thus far because that was too easy of a lane, and this has been their Achilles heel, the ball screen coverage on defense, because once that ball handler gets around the screen and there's a clear lane, that means there's nobody there to block it. That's the ball screen coverage. There's nobody there to block that path after the ball handler gets around the screen. So therefore, on that possession, Lawrence took full advantage of it.
Of course, the Blue Devils are on a 3-game losing streak coming into tonight. And of course, Andrew Wynn leading the team in scoring, averaging nearly 19 points per game. And of course, Gunnar Gustafson adds 12 points per game, with the team leading 8 rebounds per contest for the Blue Devils. And here comes Isaiah Cumberland, gives it over to Gustafson. Andrew Wynn gives it over to Blake Long. He's defended by Anderson. Gonzalez bound pass it over to Gustafson, and Gustafson will head to the line for the first time tonight.
That's a good approach right there. First the drive to the basket by Gonzalez, and then a good bounce pass underneath, and then it was just Gustafson who did the rest. Good handle and just trying to go for a powerful finish.
So Gustafson had 16.6 rebounds in the game against Rochester, and he had a 51% free throw shooting attempt as he missed the first one. And he connects on the second one. So the Blue Devils are now on the board and trail 5-1. Here comes Holyfield. Gives it over to Cliff Snow. Now pass it over to Charles Wayne. Harris, top of the key, defended by Gonzalez. Holyfield, trying to go for the jumper. Snow. 6 on the shot. They got to hurry. Snow, three-pointer. And he couldn't get to it. Picked up by Gustafson, and now here comes Andrew Wynn. Andrew Wynn, of course, in the team, of course, with nearly 19 points per game. Gustafson in the paint, and he couldn't get the reach on it. And they will stay with LTU that it was last shot off of Jackie Harris.
Yeah, Harris is a three-point attempt, and Cliff Snow also another offensive weapon that they have. And it's Cliff Snow and Little Anderson who joined the 1,000-point club for Lourdes this entire season.
An impressive start for the young man. Here comes Blake Long, pass it over to Cumberland. Cumberland going for it, and he gets it off the glass. It's now a 2-point deficit now. And here comes Little Anderson. Little Anderson gives it over to Swain. Anderson. Swain. Snow. Holyfield. 10 on the shot. Holyfield defended by Wynn. Here comes the jumper. Pulls up short. Defensive rebound picked up by Andrew Wynn. And right down the court, Blake Lund. Gonzalez three-pointer. And it comes up too strong. And it will go to Lourdes.
I kind of question this. They're going to call the foul on Gustafson as he was just trying to go for the rebound. And he got a little bit tangled up underneath, so I don't really agree with that call right there.
So we are now 3 minutes gone by into the first half. Lourdes with a 5-3 lead. Oh, and it's turned over. Picked up by Isaiah Cumberland. Now the end to Wynn, now back to Cumberland. Wynn bounce, pass it over to Gustafson. Lund three-pointer. And he couldn't get in. It goes out the back iron, and here comes Little Anderson. Little Anderson driving it to the lane, and he connects. 4-point lead now for the Lourdes.
Yeah, Anderson, another one of their top scorers right there. Just a playmaker, in fact.
Gonzalez around the back, gives over to Cumberland, and he couldn't sink it in. He'll be picked up by Cliff Snow. Anderson gets it going. Last launch off of Harrison. That will be swatted away. Here comes Cumberland. Gives it over to Andrew Wynn. He'll run for three. In and out. He'll be swatted away. And now the Lourdes will do it on the turn. It's Cliff Snow. And he'll head to the line.
No, that's just an impressive drive right there by Cliff Snow. Just working in transition and then just going one-on-one with Gonzalez and a good spin move around to create that foul. Now he goes to the line.
Of course, Cliff Snow is a 75% free throw shooter as he connects on the first one. He had a double-double against Northwestern Ohio while playing 34 minutes, 23 points, 10 rebounds, 5 for 6 from the free throw line.
Yeah, and also in that game, also having a double-double was Jackie Harris with 22 points and 11 rebounds in that one. So two players with double-doubles that really help out the Grey Wolves calls.
So here we go with the Blue Devils on the ball. Cumberland gives over to Wynn. And back to Cumberland, cross it over. Wynn to Lund. Back to Wynn. Now Shamar Matthews, who just came out to the game, Nathaniel Ward, and he could not, and he was stepped out of bounds.
Yeah, just that pass is way wide by Matthews. And as Gustin's over by the bench, it looks like he jammed a finger or got a cut somewhere, so he's out for a little bit. So it's now time for Ward or Matthews to step up.
So here comes Jackie Harris for Lourdes. Jumper, couldn't connect. And it looks like we got a foul on the play.
Yeah, that foul was on Harris because he tried to go up to try to at least prevent, I believe that was Cumberland going up for the rebound, and he got a lot of contact on there.
So Shamar Matthews coming over to the game for Lawrence Tech. Of course, Shamar Matthews had a 51 out of 119 attempts. Here comes Andrew Wynn. Jumper, going for it. Coming up too strong. And he picked up by Cliff Snow, who has a couple of points right now. Goes over to Jackie Harris. Cumberland defended Anderson. Anderson on the dribble. Anderson, pump fake. Shot. Couldn't get to it. And it's picked up by Andrew Wynn on the defensive rebound. Now he passes it over to Nathaniel Ward, and he made it look easy.
Just a good move underneath, quickly in transition.
Jackie Harris with a response, and it comes up short. And it will go out of bounds, and it will go LTU's way.
Well, so far, sorry to cut you off there, partner, but so far, they're able to cut back into this lead because the Grey Wolves are really attacking the middle of the paint. They're really attacking underneath the basket, not so much from perimeter range. And therefore, LTU, they had to step up a bit on defense, and they've come with a good amount of defensive stops.
Gonzalez back into the game. Here's Nathaniel Ward, gives over to Gonzalez. Win to Matthews, gives over to Nathaniel Ward in the paint. Floater, and he almost had it. And he'll be picked up by Lil Anderson. Holyfield. Turn around, jump shot, good. Joey Holyfield with 4 points now.
Yeah, Holyfield just another one of their playmakers that they have at that guard position.
Of course, we'll get to Joey Holyfield in just a second as Andrew Wynn brings out Jamar Matthews. He'll try the three-point shot, and it comes up short, and it'll be picked up by Cliff Snow. Here's Little Anderson. Little Anderson on the ball, of course. He has averaged 13.4 points per game, and he makes it look easy. And we'll get a timeout on the floor for Lawrence Tech.
Yeah, just after the three-pointer by Little Anderson, this is going to be a full timeout taken and a desperate one needed. As the Grey Wolves are going up ahead, they're up by 9 right now. It desperately was needed because the goal for this entire LTU team, they're current at even record 9-9. with 2 games left in the conference. They're going to get into the conference tournament regardless of position-wise, but they just want to clean up everything as this game goes along. Regardless of the result, they just want to clean up everything and play their game, do all the little steps correct.
So right now, of course, Lourdes is in second in the WAC conference. They're behind Indiana Tech. And of course, meanwhile, for Lawrence Tech, they're in 6th place right now with a record of 500 so far here. 13 and 13 overall, 9-9 in the conference. But you know, I gotta say, it's a good spot now for Lawrence Tech in the 6th spot.
No, definitely. They've been consistently around that 6th spot the past couple of weeks. And it's a good spot to be in. It's a good conservative spot. You're not having to fight for anything last minute. So regardless if they don't win out the rest of the week, they're still going to get into rather the 6th or 7th spot.
So we'll see what happens there, especially going down to the final game of the regular season against Cornerstone this Saturday. As Ludd turns it over, and Ludd, he got it just in time. Andrew Wynn with 7 on the shot. Matthews, Wynn with 5 on the shot. They got to hurry, and Wynn couldn't get to it. And here comes Anderson now for Lourdes. And sent to Joey Holyfield. And of course, Joey Holyfield averaging 16.6 per game. Anderson, 8 on the shot, jumper, got it. How about that from Lil Anderson, who now has 7 points. What a good start now from the senior out of Toledo. There's Blake Lung on the near side of the court, gives it over to Andrews. Nathaniel Ward lost it for a moment, and that's blocked. And here comes Cliff Snow for Lourdes. Cliff Snow going all alone, and he made it look easy. And we'll get a timeout on Lawrence Tech.
3rd timeout already. We're not even halfway through the first half here. So it obviously, right now I believe Josh Pickens saying they're just out beating us, and we just got to do better execution-wise on offense. Because at first the defense didn't tighten up, but now the fact that we can't answer on offense, something has got to happen and something's got to give. But again, like Josh Pickens told me earlier before the matchup, this is just about improvement from here on out. Regardless of the result, it's all about effort and execution, just doing everything correct. And now I believe really, because Lourdes has an opportunity, because they're in 2nd place, they have a chance to tie for 1st place with Indiana Tech for the regular season championship. That is, if they win tonight and U of M Dearborn beats Indiana Tech here today. But that's a tall task, because U of M Dearborn only has 1 win in conference play this year, and they got to go into Fort Wayne to do it. It's a possibility, but it's a very long shot. So at least Lourdes wants to give themselves a chance at the regular season championship, so they want to get a win here tonight to give them at least a shot.
So right now, Lawrence Tech has the ball right now. They are in a 13-point deficit. 18-5, and the pass by Nathaniel Ward was too strong. So we're going Grey Wolves' way now with 11:42 to go here in the 1st half.
That's only the 1st turnover, so that's really nothing to really panic about.
Here comes Holyfield. He's defended by Wynn. At the post. Holyfield. No. And we picked up by Nathaniel Ward, racing down the court. Now he passed it over to Sasawu. Sasawu managed to make it look easy. What a play by Sana Sasawu, who averaged a 2.4 points per game coming into tonight, and he made it look easy.
Just able to work through all the traffic he had to deal with underneath the basket and just maintaining ball control, because that was very difficult of a type play.
Here's Holyfield, and we got a foul on the play.
Yeah, they're going to get Shamar Matthews, kind of a bit of a shove off as Holyfield was just trying to cut through the lane.
So Cliff Snow will inbound, gives over to Fartahi, who comes on to the game. Anderson. Top of the key. 10 on the shot. Anderson. They got to hurry. Anderson, pump fake. Tahahi. Couldn't connect. It'll be picked up by Andrew Wynn, and he almost lost it on the handle. And Andrew Wynn get things going here for Lawrence Tech. Nathaniel Ward back to Wynn. Shamar Matthews. You see the coverage going on here for Lourdes. Sasawu. 10-15 to play here in the opening half. Sasawu with 7 on his shot. Sasawu comes up strong, and Lourdes will have the basketball.
Well, the defensive style right here is a high perimeter zone type read in which Lourdes is forcing LTU to go around the perimeter and not so much deep inside the paint, and they've done a good job thus far.
So Lourdes are in cruise control right now with an 11-point lead right now after we're halfway through the first half. Swain, three-pointer. Oh, wow. Charles Swain making it beautiful. His first 3 points of the game. And now it's a 14-point deficit as Sasawu can get a response, and it comes up short. Offensive rebound picked up by Nathaniel Ward, and he'll head to the line.
Great awareness by Ward to come in there and get the offensive board, because LTU needs a lot of offensive support right now to get back into this one. They were down a lot this past weekend against Rochester, and they were able to tie it at the half. So this is just a little bit of a start. There's still a lot of time to make a comeback.
And Nathaniel Ward made his first free throw there. He is a 67% free throw shooter, averaging nearly 10 points per game. He had 6.9 rebounds in the 29 minutes against Rochester, as he made both of them tonight. So right now it's 21-9 in favor of the Gray Wolves. 9:27 to go here in the first half, as picked up by Shamar Matthews on the defensive rebound. Sasawu gets it going, gets it across to Wynn. He's defended by Anderson. Sasawu, Matthews three-pointer. Off the back iron, will be picked up by Swain. Swain will put on the brakes. And he is defended by Ward. Gives it over to Cliff Snow. Snow throws it over. Swain, three-point shot. And it comes up short.
That hit the top of the backboard, almost the extension above, so that's considered out of play. So this is going to go back to LTU.
So Gonzalez will head back on to the floor, along with Blake Lund. Lund. Matthews gives over to Lund. Back to Matthews. Goes over to Gonzalez. Now pass it over to Consumption. And it's now a 10-point deficit for LTU.
A perfectly executed no-look pass by Matthews to Gonzalez, and then quickly down to Gustafson. That was executed perfectly to break for that zone.
Impressive passing made, and we will go LTU's way, as it is a blocking foul being called.
Yeah, Targelli, he just couldn't get his feet set to set that screen around, so therefore that was an easy offensive foul call.
So that is Lourdes' fourth foul of the game. And Tahi gets his second foul. Shamar Matthews will inbound. We'll give it over to Alejandro Gonzalez. Alejandro Gonzalez had 20 points in the last game against Rochester. Sasawu. Lund. Bounce pass it over to Gustafson. Sasawu three-pointer goes up short, but the offensive rebound is picked up by Gunnar Gustafson.
Right place at the right time by Gustafson.
So it's now an 8-point deficit for LTU as we're down to 7:49 to go. And Water is, and looks like, and that will be a foul on the play for LTU.
Yeah, Gustafson, his hand got right through the middle of the rim, so that's basically a point violation, so the bucket's going to automatically count. There's a bit of a discussion at the scorers table as they try to get the score correct here.
Yep, they got it.
Not much Justin could do on that. He was trying to go up for the block, but he was too far underneath, and his hand just went right through the middle of the basket.
7:43 to play here in the opening half. Here comes Blake Lund, gets over to Shamar Matheson. Back to Lund, bounce pass it over to Gustafson. Gonzalez throws it over to Matthews. Nice passing movement, Gonzalez, and not gonna get to it. And now here comes Lourdes on a break-in. And nice finish off B. By Jackie Harris.
LTU is 0 for 10 from three-point range.
Here comes one on the far side of the court, gives it over to Shamar Matthews. Now Cumberland. Matthews, long three. Couldn't get to it, and Gonzalez will head to the line as he was trying to put it in.
Well, that's a great job. So far, they've been doing really well on the offensive boards, getting those rebounds on the last few possessions. So that's at least good enough to, but even though the fact that they're now 0 of 12 from three-point land. So this is basically huge to get the offensive boards.
Of course, Gonzalez is a 90% free-throw shooter, and he was perfect 2 for 2 against Rochester as he made the first one. And of course, he had 20 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists in the 37 minutes that he played against Rochester. So hopefully he'll make the second one. And he got him. He got both free throws just like he did it at Rochester. Holyfield, nice turn move, and Holyfield finishes off.
That's a good spin move around.
Oh, nice Hail Mary pass. Gustafson with a response. Back and forth we go. Here comes Holyfield, going for it, and couldn't get to it, and it'll be picked up by Shamar Matthews. Lund on the near side of court. And it's a kickball, and it looks like it goes off of Stephen Coleman Jr., who recently just came on to the game. So Andrew Wynn comes back onto the field, or to the court rather. Mar Matthews, Andrew Wynn, Gustafson, and it's turned over. And here comes Coleman Jr. Swain, Coleman Jr., and his shot is missed. And here comes Shamar Matthews. Matthews gets it going. Here comes Andrew Wynn with a long three, and he couldn't get to it. Gonzalez nearly had it. And now Lourdes will go the other way. Here comes Cliff Snow, who had 4 points tonight. Cliff Snow gets it going. Here comes Coleman Jr. Coleman Jr., who's defended by Gustafson. Swain to Coleman Jr. He lost it for a moment. Gives it over to Snow. And Snow, who was defended by Cumberland. And it won't go, but a foul being called. And it looks like it's on Isaiah Cumberland.
Yeah, it is. It's before the shot, so this is going to be an inbound play. It got a bit of a hand in there. Obviously, Cumberland doesn't agree, but the call goes as is. So LTU, they're sticking around. They never count them out. This has always been a first-half type team. They always manage to either be in the lead or at least tie it, not so much trailing that much going into the half.
Absolutely. And the floater being made by Cliff Snow. Gets the score off the glass. He now has 6 points tonight. And with 5:16 to go, Lourdes have now gotten a 12-point lead, 29-17. Oh, another turnover. This time Andrew Wynn turns it over, and here comes Charles Swain. Coleman Jr. Jackie Harris scores off the glass.
Just great.
You can tell Pickens is getting ready to put Blake Lund back in.
That was just great patience by Harris with the pump fake and had Isaiah Cumberland jumping.
Andrew Wynn to Isaiah Cumberland. Back to Andrew Wynn. Back and forth we go. 10 on a shot. Wynn bounds it over to Gonzalez. Jumper. Got it. Gonzalez now with 4 points. And a foul being called on Isaiah Cumberland as he ran over Jolie Holyfield, and he will head to the line. Actually make that an inbound pass. So Blake Long gets back to the floor, and so has Charles Swain. For Lourdes. Jolie Holyfield will inbound. Swain, wide open three, comes up short, and it's picked up by Gustafson, and Andrew Wynn will race down the court. 4:17 to go here in the opening half. Gonzalez gives it over to Wynn, long three, got it!
Now 1 of 14 is LTU from 3-point range.
And Andrew Wynn got his first 3 points of the game, but Coleman Jr. almost had it on the dunk, but he missed it. Long three-pointer. Comes up short, picked up by Cliff Snow. Cliff Snow gets it going, and Coleman Jr. will get it over to Jackie Harris. Harris being double-teamed. Oh, and Swain lost it right through his fingertips. And LTU will go all on the other way.
It seems like in the last 2 possessions by the Grey Wolves, they were trying to move a little bit extra too fast, and they were not really set up to run a play. And Coleman Jr., try as he might, just was way short on that dunk attempt, and then that one pass just got away. Now it's LTU's turn to capitalize.
So here we go. Gonzalez. Now Nathaniel Ward. Matthews bounce it over to Wynn. Wynn's being double teamed, gets over to Lund. 8 on the shot. Blake Lund, they gotta hurry. Lund with a jumper, comes up short. Now be picked up by Lil Anderson, who has 11 points tonight. He will get over for Joe Chekovich. Harris going for it, scores off the glass. It's 11-point lead now for the Great Wolves with under 3 to play. Almost a turnover, and Andrew Wynn gets it right through his hands. Andrew Wynn to Shamar Matthews. Back to Wynn. He'll try a 3-point shot, and he connects. So it's now an 8-point game. And here comes Lil Anderson on the ball for Lawrence Tech, or Lourdes rather. Jackie Harris, who was defended by Gonzalez. Harris got slipped, and it will go LTU way.
Beautifully defended there by Gonzalez. Maintained his composure, kept his hands up, didn't try to make a whole lot of contact, and just a couple of good defensive stops right here. And now LTU can really get back into this.
So 2:16 to play. It's an 8-point deficit for LTU with 2:12 to go. And here is Matthews to Nathaniel Ward. Andrew Wynn, he was defended by Little. And now Nathaniel Ward getting his first getting his 2 points on the board. He now has 6. So here comes Holyfield with under 2 to play. Holyfield on the turn. He's defended by Matthews. Trying to get things going. Holyfield, what a block by Nathaniel Ward! And Shamar Matthews crashes hard.
Boy, that was ugly right there. Matthews, his head went right into that door. And that's not good right there. That was just ugly.
Oh,
first, a huge block by Ward, and then Matthews, even though he was in the vicinity in the middle of all that, that was just a bad fall and a bad end to it. The fall was already bad enough, but the fact that his momentum kept him going into that door, and his head got the worst of it, that's just not good right there. You never want to see that.
Yeah, absolutely. And Shamar Matthews is definitely back on his feet.
Yeah. This is a guy who missed all of last year due to injury, and he was a key starter in the first half of the year. Now he's become a reliability off the bench because he's very versatile. He can shoot from three. He's a good assist. So therefore, it's just a reliability you need to have. So you never want to see it at anybody.
So Samar Matthews will shake it off for a moment as Sasawu is back onto the floor. 1:39 to play here in the opening half. Gustafson gives over to Andrew Wynn. Andrew Wynn with 6 points tonight. Gustafson with 7. Andrew Wynn, get things going. Blake Lund over to Nathaniel Ward. Gustafson trying to get things closer, and he managed to finish it home as he was double teamed, and he managed to get to the bucket.
He did a quick fake pass out to the corner that made one man go out and therefore opened up the window for him to do a reverse layup.
So here comes Little as we're now down to a minute to go. Little going for it, he made it look easy. So it's a 6-point lead now for Lourdes as we're down to 49 seconds on the clock. Wynn with a long straightaway three, and he almost got it. It'll be picked up by Cliff Snow for Lourdes. Cliff Snow going all alone, and he will head to the line. Cliff Snow, what a great, impressive work that he has done from one end to the court to the other, and he'll have a chance to shoot too.
Well, this is a fifth-year senior, and as we mentioned, a member of the Lourdes 1,000-point club earlier this year. So he's one of those senior guys at the top of the list, and definitely a WAC first-team all-conference, along with like 5 other guys on this team. There's a lot of talent on this Lourdes roster.
And of course, Cliff Snow was 5 for 6 in three-throw attempts in the 34 minutes he played against Northwestern Ohio. He missed the first one here tonight, and he missed both of them. Andrew Wynn will get things going here. We're down to 30 seconds. 7-second difference between shot clock and game clock. To Sawu over to Wynn. Gives over to Blake Lund, bounce it over to Nathaniel Ward. Gives over to Gustafson. Nicely worked by Gunnar Gustafson. 10 seconds to go here in the half. And Lourdes will milk the clock right here. Anderson, intercepted, Wynn, long shot, and it goes off the roof, but it won't matter because this first half has come to an end.
No, and a good one. LTU, they were down right at the very beginning, and look, they were able to come back. They made it a 4-point game. So everything improved from here on out. The defense really improved because therefore they were able to block off some alleys, block off some lanes, and Lourdes, they had a couple of
Welcome back, everybody, to Don Riddler Fieldhouse on the campus of Lawrence Tech University. Is the Lourdes Gray Wolves leading the LTU Blue Devils with a 35-21 lead. And Alejandro Gonzalez will get things started here to begin the second half. I'm Jan Voker alongside John Snow. This is the second to last game of the regular season. Of course, we got Cornerstone coming up on Saturday. And Gustafson, right through the finger, he managed to get through. He's being double teamed. Gustafson pulls up short. And Gustafson will manage to keep things going on the offensive rebound. And it was last touch off of Cliff Snow. So we are 20 seconds into the second half, and LTU will continue to inbound. Andrew Wynn, last touch again off of Cliff Snow.
Yeah, right now Cliff Snow is just playing extra aggressive on the defense. And it appears on that pass, and also got the worst on that arm.
So we're 20 seconds into the second half. It's a 4-point deficit for the Blue Devils. And here comes Gustafson at the paint, turn around, go for it, and in and it, out, foul back in, and it goes. So right now it's a 2-point deficit now for LTU.
This is strong, under control drive right there by Gustin. Just work his way in, and then just spin around and just power his way to the basket.
And we will get a foul being called as a blocking. It's an offensive foul, and LTU will go the other way.
Blake Lund was able to keep his feet underneath him and not so much put a lot of pressure on Cliff Snow. Therefore, Cliff Snow barreling his way through Lund to try to get to the basket.
So Cliff Snow with his second foul of the game. And here comes Blake Lund going down the court. Right now it's a 2-point deficit. They could extend the lead or take the lead. Andrew Wynn coming off strong, hit off the back iron. And here comes Little Anderson. He has 13 points tonight. We'll give it over to Cliff Snow, who has 6. Anderson, three-pointer, and he sinks it in. So it is a 5-point lead, and Anderson now has 16. Here comes Blake Lund right at midcourt. He was being double-teamed at the moment. As Blake Lund bounces it over to Gonzalez, to Gustafson, and he will head to the line on a 3-point play.
Just perfectly executed, and it's all about fast-paced movement. First, the long bounce pass underneath to Gonzalez, then the feedback into Gustin, and then he does the rest.
So Gustafson, 1 for 2 tonight. And he'll add, hopefully he'll add one more to it. And he does. He has 15, now 16 points, along with 4 rebounds. Here comes Little Anderson. 16 points tonight, gives it over to Cliff Snow. Back to Anderson. Anderson, right at the free throw line. Cliff Snow, three-pointer, comes up short. It'll be picked up by Andrew Wynn. Andrew Wynn trying to attend it to Gustafson, but it is turned over. Cliff Snow going all alone. Three-pointer from Holyfield. Yes. And if you're Josh Pickens, you must be thinking, what do I need to do to get this team to get back on track?
Well, I'll tell you the biggest difference as to why Lourdes still has this lead. Making now 18 fast break points. LT with only 4. That is the largest separation in all the scoring categories. 3-point
shot from Cumberland. Misses off the mark. And here comes Lil Anderson. He's defended by Gonzalez, and Gonzalez gets called for the foul.
Yeah, it's going to be on the floor. There's going to be an inbound play. But because they were leading in fast break points, because they did that so much, it's all the fast break in transition and which got them that huge lead to start out the game, and that's why they maintain the lead right here.
So Holyfield will inbound. He has 9 points tonight. He'll get over to Little Anderson. Anderson defended by Wynn at the post. And now here comes Cliff Snow. Moves it over to Jackie Harry, who just came back on. He has 7 points. At the point. Got to the goal and couldn't connect. Pulls up short. And Shamar Matthews will race down the court for the Blue Devils. 3 minutes gone by. Matthews, Lund, three-point shot. Got it! It's a 2-point deficit for LTU, 41-39.
It was the alert pass by Matthews, just a long, hard pass over to the corner.
Holyfield, defended by Matthews. Holyfield, and a chance for a three-point play. Good hustle by Joey Holyfield, and he'll have a chance to shoot one more.
Now up to 11, now he has a chance to make it 12. Holyfield's been all over the place. He is their leader in assists, but also he knows how to handle the basketball well.
So this is his first attempt at the trip to the free-throw line, and he got it. So lead back up to 5 for the Gray Wolves. 44-39, 16-33 to play here in the second half. Matthews, Wynn, open his line, he gets to him. Bounce it over to Gustafson, he's defended by Jackie Harris. Couldn't get to it, and Gustafson gets called for the foul. And as Holyfield gets bumped from behind.
I mean, that can go either way. They could easily call that accidental contact, but in that case, it's almost like you have to call it at that point. It's hard contact, so.
Hard contact, right? So here we go. And we'll get a timeout on Lourdes.
Yeah, timeout's going to be taken by Dennis Hobson, longtime head coach in his career. 4th season here at Lourdes out of the Ohio State system. So he comes from a really good coaching background. I believe he called this one because he didn't like the way his offense was set up on this one possession. And I think the LTU defense was realizing that, and they were going to definitely try to force them around the perimeter in the man-to-man coverage. So, and also I think also a bit of a defensive setup as well, because LTU, they've been able to get their passes through either inside to the post or into the corners for quick 3 shots.
Absolutely, and of course, for Lourdes, they have averaged nearly 81 points per game to their opponents, nearly 70 points. So that's why they have become an offensive threat throughout the season. As Jackie Harris going to the paint, almost got it, but Joey Holyfield gets it on the offensive rebound.
They had a mismatch down low, and there was Holyfield just to pick up the rest.
Matthews gives it over to Cumberland. Back to Matthews, he'll try a 3-point shot. Goes up short, offensive rebound picked up by Wynn. Lund 3-pointer. No, second try, Gustafson holds on to it. And Gustafson will head to the line.
It's been a back and forth battle with the rebounds, and Gustafson, he is the LTU all-time leader in rebounds. So he is just battling his way underneath, and he is getting everything that LTU throws up right now.
Actually, it's an inbound pass. As Cumberland will give it over to Gustafson, now to Blake Lund. He's defended by Swain. Lund, 10 on the shot, they gotta hurry. Cumberland, get things going, Nathaniel Ward, almost. It'll be picked up by Cliff Snow. Cliff Snow with 6 points tonight. Will Anderson going for it, comes up short. And Isaiah Cumberland will start off for LTU with a couple of points tonight along with a couple of fouls. Matthews to Cumberland. Back to Matthews. Give and go. Just playing catch. Cumberland to Lund. 12 on a shot. Here comes Ward. Bounce pass it over. And it's last touch off of Joey Holyfield. So we will stay with LTU with 14:46 to go.
That one pass by Ward, it might have been deflected, but it was really like in a little Bermuda triangle, so anybody's game. So lucky enough for LTU to keep possession right here.
And that was a great passing movement there by LTU. But either way, they shouldn't have gone to the basket at any time.
Definitely. But right now, Lourdes, they're going to continue with the high perimeter zone defense.
Oh, and that's it. And that's the example of the high perimeter, but he's giving away. Gustafson gonna get the score off the glass, and it'll be picked up by Cliff Snow. Jackie Harris, who got 7 points tonight. He's defended by Gonzalez. Harris at the paint, floater, good. He now has 9 points, Jackie Harris. And it's a 9-point lead for Lourdes. Matthews, Lund, trying to cut the deficit to 6, and he got it. Blake Lund now has 6 points and a timeout call.
No, that was a good timeout taken off the three ball. This is still a very close game. It's still just a few more defensive adjustments, and I think a little bit more cleaner execution on offense, and LTU can really tie this up and even go for a lead run here.
So right now, LTU doing some good work there. They still got some catching up to do here, as they're down by 6 right now. Of course, if Lawrence Tech can get the win right here, of course, win or lose, it doesn't matter for them. They'll be holding on either to the 6th spot or going down to the 7th spot at least. And if that happens, they'll be taking on Lourdes again, or maybe Indiana Tech, or maybe Madonna.
Maybe so. You never know who you're going to face in this very competitive conference.
We'll find that out very soon. But right now, Little will bounce it over to Jolie Holyfield, who has 14 points tonight. He's in the paint. Jolie Holyfield lost it. And who's it going to go to? It will stay with Lourdes.
That was just great defense there by Nathaniel Ward, able to keep maintain his posture and his composure.
And a nice, good jump shot made by Jackie Harris. Andrew Wynn back onto the field. We're back to the court. Jamar Matthews straightaway 3. In and out it goes. Offensive rebound, pick it up by Nathaniel Ward, and he scores. Nathaniel Ward now has 8 points, and it's the 6-point deficit for LTU. 13-14 to play here in regulation. Little driving all alone, and what a block that was. But the offensive rebound picked up by Snow, and Snow will head to the line.
What a block there by Gustafson. He's done that a lot, but still nobody there to really pick it up from right behind. And right there was Cliff Snow to get that board, and now he's at the line.
Snow 2 for 4 tonight, and he now makes it 3 for 5. So Sana Sasawu back on, and so has Isaiah Cumberland. Of course, for Snow, 75% free throw shooter as he makes the second one. So it's an 8-point lead now for Lourdes. As we're 7 minutes gone by in the second half. Line to Matthews, bounce it over to Gustafson. Gustafson, floater comes up short. And it's a reach. And we'll have a chance to add to the line for Gunnar Gustafson.
That time they really allowed Lourdes to really spread out the defense and work them beyond the perimeter. That left Gustin wide open at the top of the key, almost.
And Gustafson 2 for 3, now 3 for 4 as Jackie Harris will come back out. And Bahad Tarjali, correct that pronunciation there. Back on as Gustafson missed the second. So 1 for 2 in free throw attempts tonight. And we're down to 12:41 to play here in regulation. Holyfield. Holyfield going all alone, and Holyfield gets fouled.
Yeah, they got to get Shamar Matthews. It was almost a clean strip away, but still they got to call him for the reach. And that's going to be his 3rd foul.
So Holyfield, 1 for 1 tonight. Heading to the line. And he got the first one to go.
This is bad territory for LTU because we're not even halfway through the second half, and they're 2 fouls away from putting Lourdes into the bonus. So they really got to be conservative and really tighten things up on the defense.
So far, 9 total fouls for both of these teams in the second half. And the shot is missed, and Cumberland gets going down a log with Swain, and they say there's going to be a foul on Swain.
Yeah, it is. Because the problem with that play, when you try to box out, you're trying to throw your weight underneath the player. But if he puts too much, they can tumble over you, and that'll be a foul on you trying to tumble them over.
So LTU will have the ball. They're down by 8 with 12 and a half to go. Win to Matthews. Now to Sawu. Andrew Wynn gets it going. Here comes Sawu once more. Sawu with 2 points. Wing long straightaway 3. Comes up short. Offensive rebound picked up by Sawu. And he will head to the line.
Everybody's getting an offensive board. Ward's getting an offensive board. Guslin's getting offensive boards. And now Cicero off the bench. This is what you want from your bench. And he has been a reliable guy off the bench all season, and now he comes through.
So Sasawu will head to the line for the first time tonight. He has 4 points. He can make it 5. He got it. What a job by Sana Sasawu to get the foul call. Here comes Swain, gives over to Holyfield. Holyfield, jumper, couldn't pull it up. Hartley on the rebound, and he puts it in. That's his first 2 points of the game. Matthews gives it over to Wynn. Now throw it over to Cumberland, to Sawu, Matthews. You can see the great work combination there. Cumberland scores off the glass. And the deficit now down to 5.
The ball is moving. Josh Pickens loves ball movement. That is his game. The ball has got to be moving no matter what, and it moves so much, they found the open man.
And right now, Lawrence Tech needs to keep the ball rolling. So, almost turned it over. Here comes Lil Anderson, 16 points tonight. Anderson, got it, pump fake, got it. He now has 18.
Great pump fake. You can't do it any better than that.
So the lead now back up to 7. Wynn. Bounce it over to Cumberland. Matthews three-pointer, yes! Shamar Matthews gets on the board for the first time tonight.
LTU is fighting back. They're getting closer. They just got to have an answer right here on defense.
Deficit now down to 4. Holyfield on a turnaround. Offensive foul being called.
No, they're going to call this one on Wren. Lucky enough for them, it's on the floor, so the bucket doesn't count. There's going to be an inbound play. Both teams are 1 foul away from putting either one in the bonus.
So Holyfield will inbound the basketball. He has 15 points tonight. We're down to 10:37 to play here in regulation. Tajali to Holyfield. Holyfield got things going. He's defended by Cumberland. Trying to zigzag the move. Trying to get things going at the post. And there'll be a foul being called, and it's on Nathaniel Ward. And you can see his reaction saying, what did I do?
No way, they actually called that one on, Cumberland.
Oh yeah, Cumberland.
Hey, all the LTU players were confused because there was 3 players in the vicinity on that one play.
I thought the foul was on Nathaniel Ward.
I gotta say, he was close enough to it, but.
I can see Cumberland pleading his case.
And that's good. Put him into the bonus.
And Holyfield makes the first one. Holyfield now 3 for 4 tonight.
Well, Holyfield along with Jackie Harris, they're both ranked amongst the top 5s in the wagon scoring for most of the season. So these are reliable guys at the line at any time.
And of course, you saw Holyfield made the second free throw. So Holyfield now has 17 points, I should say. As we're down to 10-10 to play. Oh, Wren, jumper, got it. Deficit now down to 4. Lil Anderson. Jolly almost picked up by Ward. And here comes Shamar Matthews on the far side of the court. Get things going along. Bounce pass it over to Andrew Wynn. We'll give it over to Sasawu. And you can see the great ball movement around here, and that's what Josh Pickett needs to do. Jamar Matthews almost got it, but he picked up once again by Matthews. With three-pointer! Comes up short. Offensive rebound picked up by Isaiah Cumberland.
That was the most impressive offensive sequence of the game thus far.
And that's how we get things pumped up here. Deficit now down to 2, 59-57 with 9:26 to play in regulation time. Can we get any better than this?
You see, LTU, they've lost 3 straight games, and the objective is just get better from here. Do the little things right. And there was 2 offensive rebounds and possessions within that last play. 33 total rebounds for LTU, and they're just doing so well. They're doing so well. They're sticking in with it. They've gotten a few breaks off some missed opportunities by the Grey Wolves on the other end. Therefore, that opens the door for the offense. But as long as you've got the offensive boards and you're just scrambling for the basketball, good things will happen. Just keep going with the shots and keep the ball moving. The ball movement is opening up all these opportunities for them.
Yes, 33 total rebounds for LTU, 27 for Lourdes. Of course, 3 offensive rebounds and 24 defensive rebounds for Lourdes. And then, of course, 12 offensive rebounds for LTU and 21 were defensive rebounds.
The real emphasis on the 12 offensive rebounds, because that tells you that Lourdes are giving up a lot of open chances on their own side. So therefore, LTU is taking advantage on the defense, getting those defensive rebounds, but they're not giving up on their own offensive end.
So here we go. Lourdes inbounding the basketball. Here comes Holyfield with 17 points tonight. We're down to 9:20 to play in regulation. It's a 2-point game. Bounce it over. Here comes Snow. And it's a traveling call on Cliff Snow. And LTU will get a chance to either tie or take the lead.
We've seen some great one-on-one defense thus far, a lot by Nathaniel Ward, and that was just great because he kept his composure close to the body, but he did not pressure.
So here we go with Jamar Matthews on the ball. Win. Bounce it over to Cumberland. Jumper comes up short. Offensive rebound picked up by Nathaniel Ward. He'll go for it, and he comes up short. Anderson. We'll get things going. Here comes Joey Holyfield. Under 9 to play in regulation. Harris, who has 11 points tonight along with 3 fouls. He's defended by Cumberland. And it's offensive foul on Jackie Cumberland. Wait a minute.
I am shocked on that one because it looked very much that Harris really took a step in with the shove. And
so Cumberland looks like that is his 4th foul. I thought it would be a foul on Jackie Harris, but Jackie Harris will go to the line. I'm surprised that's on Cumberland.
The whole bench, Pickens, they were in shock, so nothing really you can do about it.
So Jackie Harris will head to the line for the first time tonight, and he misses it. We got another foul being called.
That's just something you really can't afford to have. I can understand Gustafson going after the ball, but still, if you got somebody that's smaller than you going after it, you're putting a lot of weight and trying to stop yourself. So that was just something which you can't control.
So Holyfield will head to the line, and he is 4 for 5 tonight. Making the trip to the free-throw line. And he got it. First one complete. Next one up.
If anything, that was the worst scenario for LTU right there. You had Harris who missed that free throw, and instead of just going back on defense, you got one of their leading scorers.
And he got both of them. Joey Holyfield now has 18. It's a 4-point lead for the Grey Wolves with 8.5 to go. Lund to Gonzalez. Lund once more, gives it over to Matthews. He's defended by Holyfield. Oh, it's an overthrown pass. And Lourdes will go the other way.
Just a long floater that was way offline by Matthews.
So unfortunate by Shamar Matthews. He was going to tend to pass it over to Blake Lund. Blake Lund rather. So now Joey Holyfield will start it off here for Lourdes. 8:10 to play. Here is Little Anderson with 18 points. 1 point shy of the team lead. Holyfield, defended by Long. Holyfield going for it. Holyfield scores. He now has 21.
That's just great awareness. All these Grey Wolf players, they know when to make that good pump fake.
And of course, in the last game, Holyfield has 12 points, and what a response. And what a connection there on the response for LTU. So 4-point game. Nathaniel Ward made the jump shot. He now has 10. Holyfield couldn't get the score off the glass, couldn't do it. And now Andrew Wynn will start out here for LTU. 7:12 to play in regulation time. 63-59, Nathaniel Ward with three-pointer, comes up short, picked up by Jackie Harris. And here comes Will Anderson starting off here. Second for the team lead. Anderson gets fouled and he will head to the line.
That's going to be Matthews' fourth foul. Too many guys now in foul trouble for LTU.
And that is LTU's 10th foul of this second half.
There's still too much time left on the clock.
So Will Anderson, of course, he made his first attempt to the free throw line. He was 8-11 shooting in the field goal attempts, and he missed the second one. So 1 for 2 tonight. Andrew Wynn will start out here with under 7 to play. It's a 5-point lead for the Grey Wolves. Almost, and it's turned over. Here comes Holyfield, and he puts it in. And it's now the lead up to 7. Blake Lund gets it going to Andrew Wynn. 16 total fouls for both of these teams. Here comes Gustafson, and Gustafson will head to the line.
So now they finally get an offensive possession in which a little more better passing, really, because it just seemed like for the last couple of minutes they were just very uncoordinated after they put together so many good offensive strings.
And Gustafson 3 for 6 now as he comes up short on the first attempt. He is 7 for 12 tonight in field goal attempts. He has yet to make a 3. He had 7 rebounds along with 1 assist so far. And he missed both of them. That was picked up by Cliff Snow. So here we go for Lourdes. It's a 7-point lead now with 6:11 to play.
A lot of time left. There's no need to panic, but you definitely got to stay sharp.
Harris defended by Gonzalez. We'll give it over to Little Anderson, who's defended by Wynn. Scoops it over, Jackie Harris. Trying to get things going. He scores out the glass. And Jackie Harris now has 13. Here is Isaiah Cumberland for LTU. Gives over to Andrew Wynn. Blake Lund. Scoops it over. Gonzalez, three-pointer. Comes up short. And Lil Anderson will get it going here for Lourdes. Jackie Harris, three-pointer. And it goes off the back iron. And here we go for LTU. Gonzalez. Trying to get things going. Andrew Wynn, three-pointer. Goes off the rim. And here comes Lourdes with Joey Holyfield on the ball. He has 23 points tonight. He's defended by Wynn. Wynn nearly had a reach in. Step over. Three-pointer is good. Joey Holyfield is on fire right now. He has 26 points, and Lourdes Tech will get a timeout.
The timeout's going to be taken by Lourdes.
Yeah, Lourdes will get a timeout.
All I can say is that after the good, solid strand of offensive possessions for LTU to bring it to a 2-point game, just everything has gone south. I mean, the passing, the ball control, the shot attempts, the ball movement. There's something's got to click, and it's got to click fast because we're underneath the 5-minute marker right here. Now both teams are in the bonus, so any foul will send anybody to the free throw line. So it could be interesting, and it could also come down to the wire. So let's see. There's got to be a lot of fight left in this team to finish it out.
So we're under 5 minutes to play, 4:57 to be exact. And Lourdes are in cruise control with a 12-point lead. And of course, Lourdes has 36 second-half points to Lourdes Tech's 28. Andrew Wynn tries at Cumberland. You can see the pressure building around here on the Lourdes side of things. Wynn to Cumberland. Goes over to Gustafson. Lund with a 3-point shot. Goes up short. And who's going to get it? It'll be Jackie Harris on the defensive rebound. It was tipped over for a moment as it was tipped over by Nathaniel Ward.
I get 5 of 31 for 3-point shot attempts.
Tough breakdown for LTU. And here comes Holyfield with on a shot. He lost it for a moment, and it was last touch off of Joey Holyfield. Joey Holyfield has been on fire. 26 points tonight. And he has, along with 4 rebounds and 1 assist, 9 for 17 in shooting range, 2 for 5 in three-pointers, and 6 out of 7 from the free throw line.
This is why he's one of the amongst the top 5 in scorers in the WAC. His ability to move the ball around and score is just very impressive.
So we're under 4 to play now. It's a 12-point lead for Lourdes. Matthews to Lund, bounce it over to Ward. He's being double teamed. Sasawu 3-pointer, and he connects. So the deficit now down to 9. And Hill got 3:37 to go. Wide open is Jackie Harris. Oh man, the Blue Devils did not see it coming.
That was just a mismatch. It was basically 2-on-1 on the other end of the court.
Long gives over to Wynn. Now Matthews. Matthew nearly lost it for a moment. Sasawu going for it. Gonna get the score at the glass. And an offensive rebound picked up by Sasawu. Wynn lost it. And it's last touch off of Jackie Harris, and it will stay with LTU with 3:05 to play in regulation.
Yeah, Harris is going to argue, but he knows he last touched it, so. No, I think LTU's got a little bit of fire right now. I think that mismatch on the last defensive bound.
Lund 3-pointer, got it! Blake Lund now has 9 points and a timeout being called.
So where we stand is we got just about 3 minutes left. This is a full timeout we're taking. And in terms of everything, low amounts of turnovers, and most of them have been scored over for points. 38 rebounds total for LTU, 14 of them offensive, 16 assists for LTU, a lot compared to the 7 for Lourdes. So give LTU credit. They are moving around the ball a lot and finding open people down low, but it doesn't change the fact that the biggest factor thus far has been the fast break points for Lourdes. 20 now, it's still only 4 to LTU. The fact that the Grey Wolves have been able to neutralize the fast break and use it to their advantage to quickly get down the other end and then score to extend their leads, that's been the one factor that's kept them in the lead all game.
So right now it's an 8-point deficit, and this is how we stand so far here on the court. First with Lourdes Tech, Sasawu with 8, Ward with 10, Wynn with 8, Lund with 9, and Matthews with 3. And then of course for Lourdes, Joey Holyfield with 26 points, Cliff Snow with 8, Swain with 3, Anderson with 19, and Jackie Harris with 15. We gotta hurry. got to hurry, and he'll be going to Jolie Holyfield. Leading the way now with 26 points. Incredible performance there by Holyfield. Here comes Little Anderson. Second on this team with 19 points. And Anderson looks like we'll head to the line.
That play was designed for that one drive there by Anderson. Everybody's scattered about and everybody moves around, basically in a perimeter circle. And then once the quick screen comes around, then boom, he is off into the lane and he makes the contact, and the result, a trip to the charity stripe.
So Anderson 1 for 2 tonight. And he missed it on the first one, so that's 1 for 3. He got 6 points, 2 rebounds, 19 points, 8 out of 11 in field goal range. And he is perfect in 3 points for 10th with 2 for 2. Can he make it 2 for 4 from the line? Yes, he does. So here we go with 2:37 to play in regulation. Matthews on the drive, almost lost it for a moment. Win. Ward wide open, and he dunks it in.
Wide open underneath. That's what Ward's done all year.
So here we go with 2:15 to play. Deficit now down to 7. Anderson with 20 points tonight. And Jackie Harris nearly missed it on the handle, and it be picked up, and here comes Andrew Wynn. Shamar Matthews will race down the court. Matthews, Wynn, long 3, got it! 4-point game. 1:47 to go. Anderson, timeout on Lourdes.
It took a little bit of time. They've had to put together a good amount of offensive strings together in order to really make this a close game. They at once were down by 2, and then first the slam by Ward, and then he comes up with a good defensive play right there to try to go after the basketball. Rin's able to go through it, and they quickly did down the court. They moved the ball around, take out the Rin, and here we are, 4-point game with under 2 minutes left to go. This could come down to the wire again.
What a drive it has been there. Both of these teams, even at 39 second half points, Blue Devils down by 4, 74 to 70. And both of these teams have 18 total fouls. So we are down to the wire, just like what we saw in the women's game early on tonight.
Back when these two teams last met, back in December, LTU was leading the way after the first half, and then it was basically Lourdes who had to play comeback, and that game, last matchup, ended by a 1-point affair. So we could be in for another one right here.
And of course, that happened back on December 3rd, 2022 at Lourdes. So here we go down the stretch. Holyfield to Harris. I pass it over to Little Anderson, and he gets it off the glass. 6-point game now with 1:27 to go. Lund back to Matthews. Lund once more, Blaine Cass, Nathaniel Ward gets it going. Lund with 15 on the shot, gets over to Andrew Wynn. 1:10 to go, Ward at the paint, going for it, and he'll head to the line. Nathaniel Ward will shoot 2.
That time the perimeter style defense was really working right there. They forced him to go to the corner and then back around to the top of the key with a good feed pass underneath to Ward, and then he just powered his way down in there to give himself a chance.
So Nathaniel Ward, 2 for 2 tonight, and he gets it to go. Make it a perfect 3 for 3. So Blake Long will head out, and Isaiah Cumberland comes back on.
Ward makes this, and they're going to go full court press.
And they will. They have to make a full court press now. Minute 4 to play. Here comes Cliff Snow. Snow gets it going for Lourdes. Under a minute to go. Sasalu's pressuring Snow. 10 on the shot. Snow gets it going. Comes up short. Picked up by Sasalu. 40 seconds to go. Here comes Matthews. Matthews going for it. Going to get this goal off the glass, and Ward missed it on the dunk. 30 seconds to go, and now we get a foul to give. Oh my Lord.
Man, first the attempted layup by Matthews was just off. And then Ward, he was going to try to do a putback dunk, and he just lost the handle on it. The whole bench wanted a foul right as Ward was coming up because there was contact on the hand. And now basically that forced them to foul right here.
So Jackie Harris missed the first one. Now he is 0 for 2 heading to the line. Jackie Harris, of course, with 15 points, 1 assist, 5 rebounds, and 4 fouls. 7 and 12 in field goal range and 1 for 3 at the three-point line. And he gets his first out of the three free throw line attempts, and a timeout being called.
5-point game, about 30 seconds left. Not impossible. It's not impossible. But I believe the Gray Wolves are going to do a full court press to make it really hard for LTU to try to get down the court very quickly, put up a quick three, and then they're going to do another full court press to try to get a quick turnaround bucket. So there's a chance. There is a chance for LTU right here.
So it could be a
It's
chance
slim one,
right here.
but it's a chance.
So by the time we finish off the final 29 seconds, the Lourdes will have their 21st win of the season, 15th in the conference. And then, of course, Lawrence Blue Devils will now have a 4-game losing streak by the time this game ends.
And with a win here tonight, the Gray Wolves, they put themselves in a position to possibly possibly give themselves an opportunity to tie for the top of the league championship right now. But that is only if U of M Dearborn can somehow pull off a miracle in Fort Wayne against Indiana Tech. It's a long shot, probably longer than LTU's chances right here of making a win. But still, you just gotta learn. Everything is just about learning from here on out and just learning to do it better.
And of course, LTU will have their final game coming up against Cornerstone this Saturday. That's Sasalu gets into the paint, and he's got the score off the glass, and he will head to the line to make it a 3-point play. Sasalu will add one more to it, as he now has 10 points. And another timeout being called.
So they did not call a foul on that play. Now the timeout's being called. Now you draw up a full court press to try to really get a quick turnover right here, and you got to go for the 3-ball to tie it. So, like I said, there is a chance. It's a small chance, but you still got to take it. You never know unless you try.
So the next game for Lourdes, they'll be at 6th-ranked Indiana Tech on Saturday. It will be a 3 o'clock game. And they will finish off the regular season. But I got to say, give credit to Lourdes for putting on a great, tremendous performance throughout this season. I mean, you got to admit how good that they really are, especially going against one of the top teams there in Indiana Tech going down the stretch on Saturday.
No, definitely. And also beating them earlier in the year, too.
Yes.
Lourdes handed Indiana Tech only one of their 2 losses all year.
And that was on January 11th. So here we go, 19.2 to play. Trying to go full court. Here is Joey Holyfield trying to be pressure around. And the ref says that it looks like we get a timeout.
Yeah, they did call timeout. LTU, that was very dicey because they elected not to foul because they didn't want to extend this lead. They know it's only down by 3, and it didn't take that much time off the clock, still 15 seconds, but now it's Lourdes' turn to try to draw up an inbound play to get through this full court press right here.
So our clock stops with 15.3 to play in regulation.
Honestly, at the end of the day, speaking with Josh Pickens earlier, he was happy with how his team performed on Saturday in the first half against Rochester, but then they just didn't seal it. It's just all about learning from here on out. And if he gets all the effort out of his guys, then he knows that they're continuing to learn. So it's all about just doing the little things correct. And if we do the little things correct, we take one step forward. He told me at the beginning of the year, he lined up everybody on this end of the court, and they took one step forward after the game every single time. They're about over here about 3/4 of the way because they went for a couple of rough spots. They're in one right now. But I think he's going to be satisfied with the effort of his guys here tonight.
Absolutely. Impressive effort there for the Blue Devils. Going down the stretch. Oh, he stepped out of bounds. Oh!
Wow!
Are you kidding me?
This is huge. Now, keep in mind, you are allowed to pass around the baseline right here on an inbound play. But if you inbound and then take it out of bounds, it's automatic turnover.
It's an automatic turnover.
There's a bit of discussion. Unless the pass was too far inbound, and then it was caught inbound even without a step. This is a huge call right here.
Yes. So Blake Long will head back out.
Now the refs are going to get discussed one more time to verify this decision. And it will be LTU's ball. This could be a.
So they need a 3 to tie. And we down to 14.3 to go. Actually, make that 15 seconds to go. So they need a 3 to tie with 15 seconds.
Just when you think this game couldn't get any more dicey.
Actually, they're adjusting the clock to 15.3. So here we go. A 3 to tie it up. Oh, it's turned over! Going all the way in Holyfield, and he will finish it off. Oh, man, that would have been huge for LTU. Win with a jumper. Oh! Are you kidding me? Oh! Andrew Wynn put that one on YouTube, and a chance for a 4-point play.
I think they're going to call that a 2 because I think his foot stepped on the line. But still, what a heck of an effort by Andrew Wynn. And boy, had his foot not been on the line, this could have been an even closer game. Now he makes this, it's gonna have to come down. It's gonna be another bucket try, but at least with less pressure.
So hopefully the game plan should work out here with 2 for a point to play. And Andrew Wynn will head to the line.
First a miss up. Wynn tried the quick shoot off the rim, and I think nobody was set. So therefore they didn't call it.
And that will do it. Oh! Clock stops with 8/10 of a second to play.
I mean, just a crazy way to end this game. First, LTU gets a huge turnover. I mean, and then the inbound play doesn't work out. You just cannot deny the effort that these guys are going through right now, just trying to end this losing streak. It might not be tonight, but they've got one more game to try to end on a high note.
So he made the first one. Will Anderson, 3 for 5 tonight. 9 for 12 in shooting range. 2 for 2 in the 3-point line. And he makes it 23 points, and that'll do it. What a game. Lourdes splitting the doubleheader with an 81-76 win. And I gotta say, John Stowe, it was right down to the wire right towards the end.
Oh, yeah, especially after the women's game. That one came down to the wire, and LTU was able to pull away with that. Controlled a lot, so. But right here, the Grey Wolves coming in, they had control from the very beginning. A lot of fast break points, and that just gave them the lead, and that's how they maintained the lead. LTU was not able to tie it or even take a lead for any time, any period of this entire game. So that tells you how much they were trailing. And then here in the second half, they put together a lot of different efforts, and they were close. They got even closer, and then within the last minute, when things couldn't be dicing, a huge turnover by Lourdes right at the baseline, and then LTU tried the inbound play, and then it didn't work out. I mean, you cannot deny the effort, and I'm pretty sure Josh Pickens, he's going to be satisfied with the effort because that's all it is. It's about learning from here on out.
So one more game to go. That'll be against Cornerstone this Saturday. It'll be at 3 p.m. And, of course, we'll have the women as well early on in the match. So final score tonight, Lourdes 81, Lawrence Tech 76. For all of us here at the LTU Sports Network, thank you so much for tuning in to our basketball doubleheader. And we'll see you back here on Saturday for our regular season finale. Thank you so much for watching. For Jon Snow, I'm Jan Voger. Good night, everybody.